With projectl finally getting its full reveal back in November, I think it's pretty fair to say that the biggest question on everyone's mind is which characters from League of Legends are actually going to make it into the game's starting roster. And while I think there are plenty of obvious choices we can all but confirm will make it in, today I wanted to talk about one maybe a little bit less glaring than most, and that's Ashe the Frost Archer. Ashe is an iconic champion for any legacy LoL player dating way back to the starting roster of the game, and still to this day a great option for any brand new League player due to her easy to understand kit and usually strong power level despite her easy accessibility. Now Ashe in the context of League is a marksman character that excels at kiting her opponents, playing keep out and all around preying on her enemies from afar, which to any fighting game veteran sounds a whole lot like a ranged zoning character. So let's talk about her abilities and how I think they could fit quite nicely into that same strong but easy to understand character for projectl. Starting off with Ashe's Q ability, Ranger's Focus, Ashe builds up focus by attacking. At maximum focus, she can cast her Q ability to consume all stacks of focus, temporarily increasing her attack speed and transforming her basic attack into a powerful flurry attack. In conjunction with her basic attacks and her passive Frost Shot, which slows her targets on hit, this provides Ashe an excellent way to keep the enemy approach at bay, all the while piling on some great poke damage from afar. And this one's easy for me. Cut the need for the focus buildup and make it a Ryu-style Hadoken projectile, or maybe a little bit more accurately, a Hawkeye-style triple arrow, and you've got it. An excellent way to keep the enemy approach at bay, all the while piling on some great poke damage from afar. Next up, we've got Ashe's W ability, which is Volley. Ashe fires arrows in a cone for increased damage. This is Ashe's way of going wide, spraying multiple arrows in a large area, making it easy to hit the target with at least a few of them, or to hit multiple enemies at the same time. In a 2D fighting game, width doesn't really have much application, so for this one, we would opt for verticality. But I, for one, don't want to see a full screen spanning volley of arrows. That's just kind of pushing it and would get extremely frustrating for any melee champion, unable to ever move forward at any point if this was left unchecked. So I say we tighten the spread a little bit, maybe even make it more of an anti-air option when Ashe is standing to prevent opponent jump-ins, then have the second option of when Ashe herself jumps and becomes airborne, she could control more space by firing downwards, in the vein of Dr. Doom's finger lasers from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. For Ashe's third ability, her E is Hawkshot. And well, we'll need to be a little bit more creative for this one, or maybe more frankly, make something up. Hawkshot's description reads, Ashe sends forth a hawk to grant vision for 5 seconds anywhere on the map. It also reveals the area around it as it flies. This is a great way for her to get map awareness of where the enemy champions are, and it also has applications in lane for a quick bush check, making sure nobody is around trying to launch an unexpected sneak attack. Other than some potential friend situations around characters with stealth abilities, Hawkshot really doesn't have much application when it comes to fighting games. So, for this one, I think we go a little bit wild and pitch an all-new Hawkshot effect. And to me, the only one ability that pops into mind from recent memory is Angie Mito's Shitsu, or Butterfly ability, from Guilty Gear Strive. On the surface, Shitsu may not ring any particular bells for any Ashe aficionado. Shitsu is described from Arc System Works as
a slow-moving butterfly projectile that travels forward.
However, things get a little bit more interesting once that butterfly connects to the opponent. So, it's a butterfly, but also a spirit bird projectile. Basically, just take that, mix it around a little bit to fit the bird and Ashe style a little bit more, and voila, another great zoning tool, this one with different, slower timing to mix up your long-range game, but also providing another potential hit property when connecting to start a combo, or further slow your opponent's advances. Rounding off Ashe's ability set, we end with her R ability, an ultimate Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Ashe fires a missile of ice in a straight line. If the arrow collides with an enemy champion, it deals damage and stuns the champion, stunning for longer the further the arrow has traveled. There are no shortages of meter emptying, high damaging projectile ultra attacks in fighting games. Take that super shot ult, scale the damage back a little bit, and leave the opponent in a stunned or frozen state, in my opinion, for extra flavor, for combo potential follow-up in the vein of Sub-Zero. And that's it. You've got an Ashified Super and a full fighting game ability kit to go with it. Now, of course, keep in mind Riot doesn't at all have to stay one-to-one with Ashe's League abilities. This was more just discussing how I think her core set would easily transfer over to a fighting game, but I would also like to see them round off her character with some other tools such as a dash-in or maybe even a proper reversal attack. Whatever it is, they need to actually balance the character fully so she's not strictly a projectile spamming zoner. Or if they really did want to lean into just that zoning playstyle, remember that this is a tag-based fighting game. You could have that zoner and then swap over to maybe somebody like a melee champion or a grappler or somebody to kind of round off your team. That's going to be it for my pitch for Ashe for projectl. Let me know in the comments below what you think I got right, what you think could be done better, and what other champions you want to see given the fighting game treatment for projectl. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next video.